Hello everyone, my name's Lals and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and today we are going to be doing a video on my newest loadout, which is going to be my melee loadout, which I gotta say this loadout is actually pretty fun. And the difference between this loadout is I'm using Dimmock instead of Soaring Mantis. Now I'll get into why I chose Dimmock instead of Soaring Mantis, but anyways, here is one of my newest loadouts, and that is uh, my melee survival. Well, I'd call it the melee survival loadout, because this is a loadout I love using, which I started using this morning, but I love using in the beta storms, and this loadout has a lot, well, I would say in my opinion, a lot of survivability to it, because there are three ways I can heal with this, which obviously two ways is medical fume. The first two is medical fumes and adrenaline rush. But anyways, let's get into my loadout. Now I chose Assassin Sarah because one, I needed a hero that had the basic, well, one of the three basic ninja hero loadouts, which is throwing stars, dragon flash, and smoke bomb. Now the reason why I chose Sarah was, okay, wait, hold on, my bad. Dealing melee damage grants 1 stack of assassination, stacks up 5 stacks. Assassination lasts 5 seconds. Melee weapon damage by 18%. Now here's the reason what makes this one of the reasons what makes this loadout so good, and that is Dimmock. Shadow Stance regenerates 2.7 shields per second, and freaking Assassin Sarah always goes into Shadow Stance every time I use my melee. Uh, Now here are my support team loadouts. Obviously Medical Fumes heals allies for 10 base health per second. Corrupted Aura during Shadow Stance deals 6 base damage per second to nearby enemies, and Easy Sword increases sword heavy attack by 65%, and that's gonna come really handy because Spectral Blade is like one of the swords that I've been using so much, and it's pretty much the only melee sword, but I'm planning on using other melee. I'm still looking for other melee weapons to use at the moment. And makes here's one of the other reasons why this loadout makes this loadout so special, and that's survivalist. Eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes additional eliminations. And this is a really good loadout, I mean a really good hero to have when you're using melee weapons, because you're always up close and you're pretty much, I would say you would kill at least 5 enemies per second with this loadout. And fleet, because I really wanted a really mobile character. I really wanted a mobile hero loadout and one that really moves. This was original instead of here. My bad. This was originally supposed to be an Outlander loadout, but I remember that because the way how I use a Spectral Blade with an Outlander, I always use phase shift and then use the heavy attack of my Spectral Blade, but I realized phase shift does take up energy, while Mantis Sleep for ninjas does not. So yeah, I really wanted a mobile character and one that has a lot of it. Well, not really that much. Ninjas do have a lot of agility, but anyways, obviously my gadgets are Adrenaline Rush and Stationary Turret. Basically, Dimmock is just with Assassin Sarah is such a good loadout to have. Well, in my opinion, well, I did say that earlier, for beta storms, because pretty much you can survive. But here's a little bit of the downfall. For survivalists, in order to stay alive, you do need to kill enemies in order to stay alive, and there's sometimes in certain areas of beta storms where it's hard to find an enemy, and you have to wait till they respawn. But yeah. Anyways, let's go out into the field and show her how she works. Alright, here we are. We're in a 94 zone and we're going to be testing out Assassin Sarah. Now, one of the key components normally to survive with this kind of loadout is you pretty much really need Dimmock and Survivalist, but mostly Dimmock. And yeah, I mean, out of the both, I would say you need Dimmock the most. Because why the mock is really important to your because each time you go into Shadow Sands, obviously you gain shield 2.7 shields, and you really need those shields in order to keep your health good when you're in the storm, and I'll show you why. Because as long as you're in Shadow Stance mode, you're pretty much protecting your health at the same time, and while you're killing enemies, you are also while you're killing enemies with survivalist, and while your shields are taking damage, you're also gaining health with at the same time while your shields are taking damage, and at the same time regaining your shields, which makes this loadout, which is why I love this loadout so much for beta storms, which I really hope these stay, but I don't think they will because, you know, they're beta storms. But there are a few downfalls, I would say, to my loadout, and that is, when it comes to shields, the worst enemies that I could deal with are normally bee husks and blasters, where bee husks just pretty much pick off your shields bit by bit, and blasters pretty much just annihilate you once you're done. But here's the thing that kind of somewhat helps. It's pretty much the spectral blade. As long as you're as long as you do your heavy attack, you're good, because you're pretty much stopping them from doing their firing, because pretty much blasters have that, you know, charge. I think 3 seconds or 2-second charge time before they start shooting and start headbanging you with their freaking face. See, or pretty much you can use your darn shuriken, but the shurikens pretty much only do 25% damage to their health, which sucks. Which is why I used to main shuriken Master Sarah a lot, because pretty much I think she threw like 3-3-2, or was it 3-3-1? Now, the other reason why I chose an assassin, because pretty much Blink Cassandra did not have Dragon Slash, and I was missing Dragon Slash. I Dragon Slash so much, which also why I like Dragon Slash is pretty much it's an escape ability where you actually, let's say you get surrounded by husklings and you know that part where you can't move, there, you just Dragon Slash your way out of there. Now, one thing I might have traded off was, one thing I'm not sure about, which I'm still in between, was getting that 75% Shadow Stance damage, which as Shadow Stance damage. I think, who did I trade off for? Was it, no, it wasn't Scorch. Scorch, I think, increases your Dragon Slash distance by 3 tiles. I forgot who it was. I really hate when I have short memory. But I kind of traded it for that increased smoke bomb range, because one reason why I like the increased smoke bomb range is while you're in smoke bomb, you're pretty much also gaining health. But since I have the mock, my health is barely taking damage, while my shields are taking most of the damage for me. And here we are in the storm. I'm taking damage. Now here's the downfall to it. In order for you to survive at the storm, you have to have at least, sorry, my bad. You have to at least have at least constantly have a Shadow Stance on in order to prevent you from losing health, and at the same time you have to find some husks to kill while in the storm. But anyways, I am still surviving, and pretty much I just love this loadout so much. I mean, I would use my Lynx Cassandra loadout. It's just the only problem I have with it is the Kunai Storm. No, in general, the Kunai Storm is actually a really nice ability. It's just that side thing, that one perk with Kunai Storm, where once you're using Kunai Storm, you are hovering at the same time, which I do not like, because you pretty much get wrecked by blasters in the meantime. I mean, you are able to fight back. It's just when you're getting attacked by in multiple sides, you're pretty much dead. Now here's another downfall to the ninja loadout, to me using a ninja for this, and that is pretty much nature husks. Now nature husks take your energy away, which sucks a lot. And in order to always survive, you really need, well, in order to prevent yourself from getting swarmed, you really need Dragon Slash to have that backup you in order for you not to die. But gaining shields every 2.7 shields per second is really useful. Well, that depends on what situation you are in. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh, frickin' hell, yeah, that's another downfall to this loadout, and those are blasters. Well, technically, I wouldn't really call it a downfall. Boy, I really hate bee husks and blasters. I mean, blasters, when they're alone, they're pretty much not that hard to deal with, but when they're bee husks, they're just really annoying to deal with.
Bonus challenge success! Good job, team!
Okay, you did. As long as you have as long as you're not getting cornered, and as long as you have shadow stance on, you're pretty much okay. You're pretty much okay. As long as, well, you're not okay if you're not fighting anything, which is a bad thing. Because, you know, you're also dealing damage, but not that much damage compared to how much damage you take to your shields compared to your health. No, you do not shoot your face beams at me. You do not. Okay, I might think, no, should I switch out fleet in order should I increase my Dragon Slash damage or increase its range? That's pretty much how I use Dragon Slash, is I do a U-turn with it, so in order to prevent yourself from dying. Oh no, yep, bee husks. Yep, that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. See there, that's the downfall. Nature husks okay, yeah, let me update that info. Okay, bee husks, blasters, and nature husks. Well, nature husks suck. Oh dear, no! No! Gingerbread blaster, save me! Oh no! Survivalist, thank you! Oh, that 4 times stack is so useful! Alright, let's go regen some of that health. See, you pretty much can stay alive in the storm for as long as you can. Well, that depends on, you know, if you accidentally get too cocky like what I did back there a few seconds ago. Yeah, I might increase the damage or my Dragon Slash, because I'm not doing that much damage. So yeah. See, you can survive as long as you can in the storm, as long as you have the mock. Woohoo! And there. But see, you're not really taking that much damage. I think you take about 3% or maybe 2% damage every second you are in the storm.
I have to pull you out now.
Woof. But anyways, I'll just, okay, well, let's hop back into the menu, hero loadout menu, and give our final review on my loadout. Alright, so here's our final review on my loadout. So far, Assassin Sarah is a really nice loadout. I mostly designed this loadout to be used for beta storms. I haven't really tested out on other missions because right now I've been mostly been playing the beta storms instead of other missions, because I've been kind of farming out a lot, and I say a lot, of survivor XP. But so far, Dimmock, really good loadout for when if you don't want to lose shields that badly. I do really like it. Especially, it does really, I mean, my bad. It really does well with Assassin Sarah. Medicinal fumes, really nice if you don't want to die. Well, I'd pretty much add medicinal fumes to every ninja loadout I would have. Shadow, my original one. Yes, where? Hold on, let's go look for it. Where was my original one at? Was it this? No, 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 that's not what it was. There we go. Endless smoke. Wrong, Ken. Okay, increases smoke bomb radius. This was the original one I had until I saw corrupted aura, which is pretty much increases 6 base damage per second to nearby enemies. Easy sword. I might use one of my hero vouchers to get, I think, Fiona. I think, was it Fiona or Fiora? To get that crit rate. Was it crit damage or crit rating for melee weapons? Yeah, I'm pretty much keeping survivability because that helps me stay alive. That also helps me stay alive when I accidentally, lose my shields to bee husks or blasters. Fleetfoot isn't. I mean, I just normally keep that there for speed, but I might upgrade him to legendary to get that 35%, 37, I think, was it, percent speed. But anyways, yeah. Here's a bit of downfalls. She's pretty much pretty much applies to most ninjas. Pretty much glass cannons against blasters. Blasters. I mean, it's not that bad against blasters, but when it's in type situations that have blasters, nature husks, or bee husks, then that might be a situation where you might actually die. But but I would say she's still a really good hero to use when you're outside the storm. But anyways, yeah, that might be it. That's all I have to say. But I'll give you a sneak. I'll give you guys also, before I end the video, I'll give you guys a look on what else I use. This is also another loadout I use for uh what do you call this, beta storms. Yep, that's my Lynx Cassandra loadout. Yep, this is one of the other loadouts I use, and here's my farming loadout, which is, pretty much archaeologists. But anyways, I really love using Assassin Sarah. She's really good. Her assassin class isn't really that bad as I expected it to be. It's a really good class. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.